2023-24 Upper Deck Synergy. We want Bedard. We've got all kinds of rookies in here, but we are Bedard hunting. Very underrated spot, too, is Toronto with Matthew Nyes. Let me get these all unwrapped here first. That'll be the easiest. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to open everything, get these boxes out of the way. Make it simpler. There we go. Alright. Of course we have the double. Really? Really? There we go. That's the way. Alright. 8 packs per box, 3 cards per pack, 24 cards per box, 72 total cards. There are all kinds of numbered inserts in this set. It is a fun, cheap rip. And for those that are unable to watch this, kind of makes no sense for me to even talk about it if you're not watching it, but the video will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow morning. There we go. Alright, there is our 3 empty boxes. Give me 1 second here. Alright, there we go. Okay, 3 boxes. Let's get it. Good luck, everybody. It's been a while since we pulled a Bedard, so let's do something different. Let's start in the middle this time. Alright, again, 2 double spots. The Blackhawks and Kings, that went to Billy, and the Ducks and Jets, that went to Tommy. So let's see what we got here. Alright, well, I'm just going to do it this way. Starting out with a Synergenic Duo, and that is a parallel of the insert. Cole Caulfield and Sean Farrell. That is numbered right on top, 71 out of 149. Canadians, always a good spot. Caulfield is just crazy on fire. There we go. We've got varying thickness, so this is going to be a fun one with a bajillion different types of top loaders. But how about a Cole Caulfield and Sean Farrell for the Canadiens, who started out doing 2 7-game stretches and looked really good. And then came the Hurricanes. All right, who's got the Canadiens? Good Cole Caulfield right there. Canadiens. That is Paul. Paul starts us out. Well, here we go. That's a hell of a second one. Little Sidney Crosby. These are the thicker ones. These have the bounty codes, which will be right here. You will see them. There's going to be a few per box. If you put together the bounty, I'm sure they've all been redeemed by now, but if you put together the bounty, you get additional cards if you put the whole set together. But that is a Sidney Crosby. Always will get penny sleeve because he is Sid the Kid. And then how about a Canadiens pack, huh? Sean Farrell, 121 out of 199. That is the cranked up purple out of 199 for Paul. Paul is going to start us out with 2 Canadiens. See, there we go. Out of 199. Okay, what is going on in the chat already? Oh, that's not even our chat. Dave, it's breaking now. And we need more top loaders. That was not good planning on my part. Grab 59, 79s, 130. 130s, 170s. We need a couple more regulars. There we go. All right. Yes, Dave, we are breaking now. All right, solid pack one start. This has got the makings of a hell of a break. I'm calling it now. If it sits, it hits. Okay, we're going to keep the Canadians theme going. On the 2030, this is not a numbered insert, but that is Nick Suzuki on the 2030. Not a numbered there, but solid. And we've got our first rookie, Cole McWard for the Canucks, and that is the bounty. That can be scratched once you have everything. Details on upperdeck.com if you want to try for the bounty set. I know a lot of people that do it. Only a couple have done it that I know, but many people do it. Canucks, that goes to Dave. And then our numbered out of 999 for the Sabres, Lucas Rusek. That is 437 out of 999. Who got the Sabres? Always a good spot to get. Paul. That is my second team. We're going to go through an absolute ton of top loads. I can feel it. And that's a good thing. Alright, let's get a few going here. We'll do this one over here. Let's scrunch these together so everybody can see the packs. Pack number 3 of box 1. Come on, Bedsy, where are you hiding? Alright, this is not numbered, but that is a star of the show, Artemi Panarin for the Rangers. There is a bounty of Brad Marchand. Old rat. Who's got rat with Boston? That is Corey. Ooh, rookie Journey. Look at that. What did I just say in the last pack? Sabres always be hitting. And this is a Devin Levi out of 99. 79 out of 99. Nice photo variation hit for Devin Levi and the Sabres. That is Paul. Paul's got himself a nice little break going with the Canadians and Sabres. We're only a few packs into the first box. What is this? I don't know what you're saying. Okay, whatever. All right, next pack. Let's do them one at a time. There's Johnny Hockey, a little Huberdeau. That is the regular version. And out of $3.99, Tyson Foerster and Travis Konechny for the Flyers. Spreading the wealth. Who's got the Flyers? They're towards the bottom, right? Yep, that is Billy. Synergistic duos out of $3.99. Actual number is 132 for those keeping score. All right, next one. Sean Farrell cranked up 314 out of 599. Numbereds everywhere. And that is the Canadiens. Where are you hiding, Betsy? Where are you hiding? Okay, so first one from a double spot. On the thrill rides, these are not numbered, but that is Kyle Connor for the Jets. There we go. Mr. Olympian, Mr. Gold Medal winner, Tage Thompson for the Sabres, and that is a bounty. Penny sleeve that. All right, next one, nice. He may have gotten injured. But that is a Cal McCarr out of $6.99. $6.56 out of $6.99. Light up the night. Cal McCarr. Raquel Maker. On the purple. It's a good looking card. Alright, next one. Still in box one. Okay. That's going to be tough. Can we get it? We can. Oh, we're going to need the scissors. No, we can get this. There we go. Okay, this pack just blew up. See, I'm used to the newer, like this year and last year, excuse me. We saw a shark and I about lost it. But we have no sellies yet. Alright, 2030. That is Seth Jarvis. Erik Karlsson, that is not a bounty, but that is still Erik Karlsson. I love these red acetates. And then Kevin Fiala for the Kings. That is 398 of 399, almost the bookend. But that is the blue cranked up insert for the Kings, which is a double spot. That is for Billy. All right, a couple more packs to go in box one. Come on, Bedsy. Alright, starting this pack out with a Mo Sider. Not too shabby there. That is the bounty. Light up the night. Ollie Eriksson Ek. That is out of $9.99. $5.91 out of $9.99 for the Ducks. That was another one from the double spot. That. The Ducks and Jets. That is Tommy. Stop this animal here from destroying the door real quick. Leave that right there. Ooh, there we go. How about a Yaroslav Askarov? That is a rookie. 147 out of 999 for the Preds. We are hitting all the teams today. Who's got Nashville? That is Tommy. An Askarov rookie out of 999. I'll take that. Alright, last pack for box number one. Is this a Bedsy pack? What in the world is this one? Oh, okay. Alright, star of the show. That is not numbered. That is a Dylan Larkin for the Red Wings. How about a Mitch Marner? That is not the bounty, and we do know that Mitch Marner was not the problem in Toronto, because he is going to the Cup final. How about that? That is foil, acetate, embossment, die cut, everything all in one. The Let's Go. Kirill Kaprizov. That is not numbered, but that's a heck of a card. Not too shabby there for the Wild. Who's got the Wild? That is Tommy. All right, box two. Let's go left side, and then we'll finish on the right side. Stuff here. Jackson Lacombe, rookie for the Ducks. That is not the bounty. Canadians. This is the Canadians break. Cranked up. The silver cranked up. That's the base cranked up. That is 849 out of 849. 734 out of 849. That is going to Paul. And then Simon Edvinsson. 863 out of 999. Little rookie journey there for the Red Wings. Who's got the Red Wings? That is Paul. Paul, having yourself a break. Let's get rid of that box. Don't need that anymore. Put you right here. We will do a hit recap at the end. Basically, it's half of the cards. So that's a good thing. Igor Shesterkin on the 2030, not numbered. Akito Hiros rookie for the Canucks. He is not in the NHL right now, but that is a bounty card. And then I see Goathead. Yep, Alex Tuch. Goathead uni there for the Sabres. 639 out of 699. Light up the night, Alex Tuch. Oh, he had a decent Stanley Cup playoff run there. Could have used him in the last game for a little bit more, but what are you going to do? Alright, still in the early stages of box 2. Alright, star of the show, again not numbered, but a Trevor Zegras. Nice for the Ducks. It's an Austin Matthews. Ooh, bounty Austin Matthews. That's a few bucks right there. Take that. Take any Austin Matthews. And then a let's go, Travis Konechny for the Flyers. It's a fun break. And I don't know if you guys saw it. 21-22 that we were talking about doing. We should have done that. Those prices are now through the roof thanks to Cole Caulfield, Trevor Zegras, that huge rookie class. But I think they're still affordable, so I think we should be jumping on that. But hey, let's get through this. Ryan O'Reilly for the Leafs. That is bounty. We will penny sleeve that. Tyler Clevin. Walter Payton out of 599. 34 out of 599 in the cranked up red. That is going to Ottawa. And then out of 599, 172 out of 599, Pasta and Rat. Little rat pasta for the Bruin. That is the wrong one. That will slide right out of there. Like that. There we go. Boys need a home. Yeah, the way that, thanks to, I mean, I don't want to say thanks to it, but with the way that the Hawks played this year, the Bedard stuff is getting reasonable again. So we should be jumping on this stuff. I mean, even looking for Young Gun hunting. Oh, that one's too thick. Young Gun hunting, $200 a box, I think we're at now. So $200, $210 a box. So they did come down a little bit. But remember when we were getting those things for like $175, $180? Oh, need that again. They get down under, they get to $175 or less. I'm gonna buy a case. All right, next pack. Henry Thrun, rookie for the Sharks. That is not the bounty, but we take rookies. Billy Sweezy for the Blue Jackets. That is 528 out of 699 for Sweeze. And then not numbered, but we will penny sleeve Ovechkin on the thrill ride. Actually, who got the Capitals and the Penguins? Penguins is Greg. So he's got Sidney Crosby's. That's good there. Capitals, Dave. All right. And Billy Sweezy for the Blue Jackets. That is Billy. A little light up the night there. All right, a couple more packs here for box number 2. Cranked Up Red out of 599. That is 550 out of 599. Tyler Toffoli for Calgary. And then a 2030 Slafkovsky. Nice for the Canadians. That I'll penny sleeve. How about that? A little old school. A little Mark Messier. Dig these cards. Huge, huge value and potential on these things. At a great price point. Who's got Calgary? Who got Toffoli? I feel like the Flames are always up towards the top. Yep, Paul K. Having himself a break. All right, a couple more packs here in box number 2. Are we saving Bedard for the... Are we building the suspense? Is that what it is? All right, rookie for Calgary. Jakob Pelletier. That is not a bounty, but for the Islanders, William Defer, 786 out of 999. Who got the Islanders? This is the year to have the Islanders, 25-26. But I'd love to do a little Matthew Schaefer hunting. Islanders, right in the middle. Corey with a little light up the night. And then, ooh, out of 399, 202 out of 399. Excuse me, one sec. There we go. Logan Couturier and Thomas Hertl for the Sharks. Sharks going to Billy. All right, last pack for box number 2, and this one feels thick. Come on, how about an auto? How about an auto? What we got going on in this pack? Uh-oh, wait, what? No. No, we did not. Hold on, did we? Okay, I thought it was something different. I don't know what that is, but let's put it to the back. Here's a Connor McDavid. That is not numbered. Mr. Happy, star of the show, Connor McDavid. All right, for the Penguins, Evgeny Malkin. That is a bounty for Greg and the Penguins. Cast for Greatness. Comes penny-sleeved. And I thought, okay, that is pure metal. No, I'm not going to knock it on anything. We don't want to scratch it. But that is like printing plate thick metal. Hold on. I am not familiar with Cast for Greatness, but let's see. Well, it's a 79. It feels like it. Let's get these guys here. I'm going to look this up real quick because this now has got me. Who has the Wild? This is Tommy. Bear with me here one sec. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. What are we working with here? Cast for Greatness. There we go. So these are tough. These are about one per case. These cards are 1 in 7 boxes. Yeah, these, okay, so these are about 2 per case. That is not numbered, but that is awesome. That is an inner case hit. For Kirill Kaprizov in the Wild. Nice hit for Tommy. I'm going to put that right there. We're going to move these packs here. Alright. Box number 3. That card's huge. Tommy, where do you see this thing? Where do you feel this thing? It is just metal. Alright, next pack. Joe Pa. Pavelski out of $6.99. That is 87 out of $6.99. Austin Matthews, we're on a penny sleeve. Austin on the thrill ride. And Ryan O'Reilly. Bounty. Let's see, we might have to get more penny sleeves already. That's a good problem to have. Well, Joe Pavelski. I think that's our first Dallas Stars hit. Who has the Stars? Tommy. We'll put that right behind your Krill. Come on. That's each for the last box. Mason McTavish on the 2030. There's a Jack Hughes. Not a bounty, but regular Jack Hughes. Take that. Heinrich Lundqvist. Yes. Cranked up purple. That is out of 199. It is number 24 out of 199. Lundqvist for the Rangers. It was awesome on the pregame, halftime, intermission breaks. Pregame, intermission breaks. Like Heinrich. That is Billy. Nice one for Billy there with the Lundqvist. Solid 3 boxes. We still got a good amount to go here. Alright, Dylan Larkin. Is that the bounty? It is not. Luke Hughes. That is 330 out of 999. Rookie Luke Hughes light up the night. Who's got the Devils? I don't think we called the Devils yet. That is Corey. Oh, Luke Hughes action. Let's even these out. Actually, we can go right back here like that. And then a synergistic duo for the Canadians. Nazem Kadri and Jonathan Huberdeau. That is 163 out of 399. Where'd the Flames again? Paul. Yeah, we're going to need more top loaders. Here, me thinking 30 top loaders, 10 per box of regular top loaders is going to cut it. Nope. This pack just blew up. Did Trinini make this pack? Alright. Little star of the show. Pasta. Ooh. Flammable. Mario Lemieux. That is not numbered, but... Flammables? What were the flammables? 1 in 4 boxes. Alright, we'll take that. She's a thickie, though. That's Pittsburgh. That is Greg. Nice Lemieux. Be careful getting those into the freaking holders the way this thing's designed. And then a Joe Thornton non-bounty. My favorite players when I was a kid coming up in this one. Alright, Tyler Clevin, rookie for the Senators. That is non-bounty. Clayton Keller This will go to the Utah Mammoth, 600 out of 999. This is number 69 out of 599. So who's got the Mammoth? That is Billy. Clayton Keller. Little Stevie Y and Mo Sider, 600 out of 999 for the Red Wings. We got the Red Wings. Paul. Always liked Stevie Y. Hell of a player. Maybe not so good of a GM, but hell of a player. All right, 3 packs to go. In these 3 packs, we need a Betsy. All right, 2030 starts us out with Kent Johnson. Vincent Desharnais, rookie for the Oilers. That is a non-bounty. And another Akito Hirose. 410 out of 699 for Vancouver. Vancouver with the light up the night. That is Dave. All right, 2 packs to go. Come on. Come on. Going old school. You know what? We're going to save this one. I saw an auto. I don't know who it is, but we got an auto. Autos are a few per case, so we buck the odds. Alright, one of these packs better have a Betsy. Come on. Alright, Mo Sider. Little schmutz there. That is a bounty Mo Sider for the Red Wings. Then a cranked up, blue cranked up, Matty Beniers. Love this. For the Kraken, 77 out of 399. Little Matty Beniers. I have liked Matty Beniers for a few years. I'll show you why. Because it happens to be sitting right on my desk. But Matty Beniers out of 399. The reason I like Matty is because got a Seismic Gold rookie auto. That thing is 7 out of 25. Threw it to PSA because I thought it looked good, hoping for a 9. Gemmed. So like that. All right, the rest of this pack. Simon Edvinsson on the rookie journey. That is 218 out of 599. Going to Detroit. Alright, we got an auto. It is on the bottom. But we are starting with Elias Peterson for the Canucks and the star of the show. That is not numbered. And then a Rod Brindamore. Rod the Bot. Not a bounty. Oh boy. Perfect time for this auto. Perfect freaking time. The guy is killing it for the Canadians, but this is going to the Avalanche. That is Alex Newhook on the greater than. That is awesome. Huge auto right now to pull. Guy had a hell of a series, a hell of a playoff run with Montreal. His stuff is on fire. Who's got the Avs? Paul. That is awesome. That is a good freaking auto. Solid break all around. All right, let's get this stack of base over here. We'll do that sort, but let's go through real quick. All right. For the Sabres, 79 out of 999. Rookie Devin Levi. Also Sabres, Lucas Rusak, rookie, out of 999. For the Red Wings, Simon Edvinsson rookie Journey out of $9.99. For Boston, Pasta and Rat, the Rat Pasta out of $5.99. Tyler Clevin for the Senators out of $5.99. Billy Sweezy light up the night rookie out of $6.99. Tyler Toffoli out of $5.99. William Defoe rookie on a light up the night out of $9.99. Another synergistic duo, Thomas Hertl and Logan Couture for the Sharks. That one was out of $3.99. Heinrich Lundqvist out of $1.99. Nice one there. Luke Hughes out of $9.99. That is a rookie, Luke Hughes. Out of $5.99, Clayton Keller. Mo Sider and Stevie Y out of $9.99. Let's go with, we'll have to do it this way. I mean, 24 packs. Nailed it. For the Sabres, Alex Tuck out of $6.99. Sean Farrell rookie for the Canadiens out of $6.49. Yaroslav Askarov rookie for the Preds. That is out of $9.99. Ollie Eriksson Ek rookie for the Ducks. That one is out of $9.99. For the Kings, Kevin Fiala out of $3.99. Cal McCarr out of $6.99 for the Avs. Sean Farrell out of $5.99 on the Cranked Up. Synergistic duos, Tyson Forster and Travis Konechny for the Flyers. That is out of $3.99. Another Sean Farrell. That's this time out of $1.99 on the Cranked Up. How about a Cole Caulfield and Sean Farrell out of $1.49 on the Synergistic duos. For the Flames, Johnny Hockey and Nazem Kadri out of $3.99. Joe Pavelski light up the night out of $6.99. Akito Hiroshi light up the night rookie out of $6.99. Matty Beniers out of $3.99 on the Cranked Up for the Kraken. Simon Edvinsson out of $5.99 for the Red Wings. Here's your bigger ones. Mario Lemieux for the Penguins. That is 1 out of 4 boxes are these inserts. Cast for Greatness, 1 out of 7 boxes. These are the inner case hits. Kirill Kaprizov, that is nice for Tommy. All metal card. And then for Paul, Alex Newhook. Perfect time for this auto. Guy had a monster playoff series. Congrats, Paul, on that Alex Newhook. All right, guys, I will get these sorted. Those paid for shipping. We'll get that sent to you tomorrow. But thanks for filling this, guys. I know it took a bit to fill it. Don't know why, but you can see. Don't sit on this stuff. I mean, especially at this price, everybody did well in this break. So good on you for filling it. Appreciate it. We will get some baseball and football rolling, and then some non-sport. Looking at Marvel again and some Star Wars stuff. So stay tuned.